I have been in this business for more than 8 years, and I must tell you the truth. There are three things that can destroy the career of a forex trader. Three things that can destroy the career of a forex trader. In fact, these three things have destroyed the career of so many forex traders. And if you are not careful enough, these three things might end your career as a forex trader. So my advice for you is to make sure you watch this video from the beginning to the end, because this is the best psychological content on forex trading that I'm going to be sharing with you in this video. In my previous video, I talked about two things that can kill a forex trader faster, and we talk about fear and greed. But in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you three things that can destroy the career of a forex trader. So the three things are: 1. Anger. Anger is one of the worst negative emotions that can destroy the career of a forex trader. Number two, regret. Regret is another negative emotion that can destroy the career of a forex trader. And the third one is resentment. Resentment means hatred. Resentment is another negative emotion that can destroy the career of a forex trader. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain these three negative emotions that can destroy the career of a forex trader. And after that, I'm going to share with you a true life story of someone who almost commit suicide because of forex trading, but by the grace of God, he was able to come out from this emotional depression. For you to understand that this life is really important. If you do not understand how to trade the forex market, please get yourself a mentor. Don't come and jeopardize your life, because I've seen so many cases of people who have killed themselves because of forex trading, and so many people have lost their mind, they have lost themselves because of forex trading. But this is not how it's supposed to be. Right now, if you truly want to become successful in forex trading, you need to erase anger from your mind. Remove anger. Honestly speaking, who are you angry at? Are you angry at the market? The market doesn't care about you. The market doesn't know you. The market doesn't care at all. So who are you angry at? Some traders take trade based on anger. Like when they place a trade and that trade goes in a loss, they start trading based on anger because they don't want to lose. They see trading as a competition. So why trading with anger when you know that forex trading is unpredictable? Forex trading is uncertain. Anything can happen. Honestly speaking, anything can happen. That is why you are always told not to risk more than what you can afford to lose. Don't risk what you can't afford to lose. That is why in every forex broker, that is the disclamation you always see on their website, because forex trading is a risky business. So why trade with anger? Now the next negative emotions that kill forex traders or destroy the career of a forex trader is regret. Some traders will see an opportunity, but because they were too scared or they were afraid or they have fear of placing a trade, and that trade goes in their direction, so they start regretting, right? So that regret will make them to start taking unnecessary decisions. They will start trading out of point. They will no longer follow their trading plan. So each time they miss an opportunity, they are filled with regret. So why regretting when you know that there are uncountable, unlimited number of opportunity in the forex market? So why regret? You miss an opportunity and you are regretting that you miss an opportunity. So out of that regret, you start chasing the market. Maybe when the market have gone too far, because you have missed the opportunity and the market is going up, instead of you to exercise patience and wait for the market to make a retracement back to your area of value, you start chasing the market, and to your greatest surprise, the market will reverse and hit your stop loss or even wipe out your account. So regret is one of the negative emotions that so many forex traders are having. When you know the market is always in motion, there is always an opportunity. If you miss this particular opportunity, there is another opportunity coming. So why regretting that you have missed an opportunity? Right? So you know that forex trading is all about looking for a trading opportunity. So whenever you are trading the forex market, there is always an opportunity for you to take your trades. Like if you have missed a trade from your area of value, that doesn't mean that that trade cannot come back again to another area of value. Because if a market is in an uptrend, when a resistance level is broken in an uptrend, definitely the market will definitely come back to test that resistance level, which automatically becomes a support level. So if you are unable to cash a particular trade, you should wait for the next available opportunity instead of regretting because you missed a trade. Why not exercise patience and wait for another trading opportunity instead of regretting? Because regretting is a negative emotion that can make you to start taking unnecessary decisions. It will make you to start trading out of point, and before you know it, you will no longer follow your trading plan, and boom, you just blow your account. And the third negative emotion that can destroy your career as a forex trader is resentment. Resentment is hatred. Some traders are so funny that they develop hatred for the market, right? So they are seeing forex trading as I don't know how to describe it, right? They develop so much hatred for the forex market, and they are trading it based on resentment. They have the feeling that the market is going against them. Like if they place a buy trade, the market will go down. If they place a sell trade, the market will go up. So they start developing the hatred that the market is against them, that the market makers are against them. Before you know it, they will be trading based on emotion. They will develop hatred for the market, and instead of following their trading plan, they will just be trading randomly. And if care is not taken, you see them trading based on their emotion. When they place a trade and that trade doesn't go in their direction, instead of them to analyze the market again before taking action, they will immediately place another trade with anger and hate. They will place another trade with bigger lot size, and if the trade doesn't go in that direction and maybe the trade hits their stop loss, they will now start forming. You see them vibrating with so much anger and hatred for the market. Some of them will even place bigger lot size with the mindset that they are going to recover their losses, whether the devil like it or not. And to their greatest surprise, the market will go against them. Don't you know that when you become so resentful, when you start having so much hatred for the market, that is when the market start going against you? So we say it's bad luck, because you are trading based on your emotion. You have hatred for the market. You are hating something that doesn't exist. Who are you hating? The market doesn't know you. The market is just like where people are buying and selling. So who is the market? The market are individuals that are buying and selling. So who are you hating? Right? So instead of you hating the market, why not develop a trading plan so that you can focus on your trading plan instead of trading based on emotion? So you see some of them who have this hatred, they will end up blowing their account, and before you know it, they will just end up quitting the forex market because they don't have any money to trade. They have lost faith in the business. They have lost trust in the business. They have lost confidence in the business. They are broke. They don't have any capital again to trade the forex market, and if before you know it, they will just end their career as forex trader. So that one is for the people that have the capital. The money belongs to them. Then what about people that borrowed money to trade? That is where the suicide comes in. People that borrow money to trade and end up losing that money will be filled with so much depression, because they will be thinking on how they are going to pay the loan that they collected or the money that they borrowed. They will be trying to avoid the shame and embarrassment, and some of them will end up killing themselves, committing suicide, and that will be the end of the road for them. Some will be psychologically demoralized. Some will go insane. Like this amount of money that you will lose, in fact, your brain will just disappear, because the forex market is too risky. Do you know that someone can lose $1 million in the forex market within 1 hour? Someone can lose $1 million in the forex market within 1 hour. It depends on the lot size you are using. So that is why, for you to become a profitable forex trader, you need to understand how the business works. You need to think like a forex trader. You need to know that the forex market is dynamic. It is always changing. So that is why you need to adapt. You need to adjust your strategy, not changing, but adjusting your strategy so that it will fit into the current market. Right? Like I trade based on moving average crossover. For the fact that I trade based on moving average crossover doesn't mean that I take all the crossover that I see. But I know fully well that crossover is a trend following strategy, and it works only during a trending market, right? So what do I do when the market starts ranging? I have to adjust my strategy. So when I see that the market is ranging, how do I know? When I lose 2 or 3 times, I will know that the market is ranging. So instead of me chasing the crossover, I will do what? I will use horizontal line and draw the highs and the low, and I will start trading based on the highs and the low. I buy at the support and I sell at the resistance, and I will not keep the crossover one side until trend resume. Because if I'm trading only crossover in a ranging market, I may end up wiping out my account, because I know fully well when the market is ranging, the price will be crossing over the moving average consistently, or the faster moving average will be crossing the slower moving average consistently. So I know fully well that my strategy works extremely well during a trending market, but during a ranging market, it is pure disaster. So that is why during a ranging market, I carve out or I adjust the strategy so that it will fit me well without me losing consistently during a ranging market. So that is what I mean by adjusting your strategy so that you don't blow up your account. Honestly speaking, there is one young guy that almost committed suicide. By the special grace of God, through my intervention, this guy's life was saved. Honestly speaking, he told me he almost committed suicide. But if I didn't save the situation, he would have done that, because he tried the first time, his mind was failing him, and he tried the second time, his mind was failing him. It was after the second time that he met me. Because if this guy didn't met me and he goes back to try the third time, honestly, that time his mind might not fail him, because he might just decide to end his life at that moment. He tried the first time, he tried to commit suicide the first time, but his mind couldn't allow him to do that. He tried the second time, his mind couldn't allow him to do that before he met me. So imagine that he didn't meet me and he tried the third time. What do you think? Maybe he will just say, let me end it because there's no hope for me again. This guy is a newbie in the forex market. He just started the business. He didn't have a mentor, just watching some video tutorial on YouTube, and he started to trade the forex market. With all the gurus driving Lamborghini, Range Rover Sport, and so on and so forth, this guy felt that forex trading is easy. So to summarize my point, there is one particular guy that has interest in forex trading. This guy has tried so many businesses, but it wasn't favoring him, and he decided to try forex trading. He has been watching so many tutorial videos on YouTube concerning forex trading, and for the fact that he has been seeing all these gurus, on social media showcasing their lifestyle, driving Lamborghini, driving Porsche, buying houses, and so on and so forth. So this guy had the mindset that he could become a millionaire through forex trading. He felt that forex trading is the easiest gateway to financial independence. So what he did was he decided to venture into the business. But the problem with the guy is that he doesn't have the money, he doesn't have the capital to go into forex trading. For the fact that he wanted to make money faster, he wanted to become financially independent, he decided that the best way is to go through prop firm, because prop firm are the only people that can give him big capital to trade. And you know that in the forex market, the larger your capital, the larger your income potential. So what this guy did was to buy the highest account. He picked a particular prop firm and decided to buy the highest account, which is $200,000 account. And this $200,000 account cost about $1,000. And in Nigeria, our currency is not valuable, it's worthless. So to get the $200K account, he needs to purchase it using $1,000, right? So for the fact that this guy doesn't have this kind amount of money in his bank account, he decided to seek for loan, right? Because the $1,000 when converted to Naira is almost 1.3 million. So for the fact that this guy doesn't have this kind of money in his bank account, he decided to seek for loan. For the fact that he doesn't have any tangible business doing, just some petty business, that all this business that once you just see he try, like, how will I even call it, workshop, you understand? Like sometimes people will just call him to come and fix something for him. The guy is a plumber, so this business doesn't give him money all the time. It's just based on contracts and so on and so forth, right? But the guy doesn't have so much money in his bank account. He doesn't have that kind of money in his bank account. He has some money, but he doesn't have that 1.3 million in his bank account. So he decided to seek for loan, right? And you know that there are so many loans apps that gives loan, right? So this guy decided to get a loan. I don't know, according to his story, he get a loan from an app company, and they gave him the 1.3 million with the assurance that he's going to pay back the money in 6 months with some interest. So this guy had to meet with all these aboki that's change Naira to dollar or change dollar to Naira. He met them and he was able to exchange the 1.3 million to $1,000. So with this $1,000, he was able to purchase the 200K prop firm account. And right now many prop firm doesn't have a specific time to end a challenge. Their challenge are always unlimited. right? So when this guy got a Profem account, 200k, he started trading the account with the, with the tutorial he has learned on YouTube. He started using a different trading strategy, but unfortunately for him, his losing was higher than his winning. He was losing more, right? Because he doesn't have a specific trading strategy. He was just changing strategy from support and resistance to Fibonacci. He was just using different kind of strategy, and to his greatest disappointment, those strategy were not working for him, so he was losing back to back, right? So the worst mistake that this guy made was he started using Matinga strategy, in the sense that whenever he loses a trade, he will increase his lot size, right? He will increase his capital so that he will make more money. Whenever he loses a particular trade, he will increase the next trade so that in case he wins, he will recover the loss. But unfortunately for him, because his strategy is not that authentic, he was losing more and more. So for the fact that this guy has lost so much, he started trading based on emotion. He wasn't using any strategy, he just taking trade based on his emotion. If his mind tells him to buy, he will buy. So this was what this guy was doing, and for the fact that the market wasn't favoring him, he started developing anger, right? Hatred and resentment. So this negative emotion helps to destroy his trading account, because he was trading based on emotion. He was so angry with the market because the market is going against him. Whenever I place a buy trade, the trade goes down. Whenever I place a sell trade, the trade goes up. And in fact, he became so angry with himself because he was thinking of how he's going to pay back the money that he borrowed, because the money was too much and he doesn't have anywhere he can get that kind of money to pay back. And you know that if he blows that account, that is the end, right? No one can give him that money because he doesn't know anywhere he could be able to get that money. So he was doing everything possible to recover the money, the money that he have lost in the forex market. But that was the worst mistake he made. He was doing revenge trading, right? Instead of accepting his losses, he was increasing his lot size so as to recover. Unfortunately, he was bent on losing. So this guy lost more than 50% of his entire capital, of his entire account, because in the 200k account he was told not to lose total of 20k in general, and not to lose 10k in a day, right? So luckily for him, he doesn't lose more than 6k in a day. So whenever he loses 5k or 5.5, he will close for the day and continue the next day. That was how he was unable to violate the daily drawdown. So this guy lost till he lost 10k. That is 50% of his account. So when he lost the 50% of his account, he knows that the loss is too deep, that it's going to take a lot of time for him to recover. But there is no time on his side, because the agreement was 6 months, that is going to pay back 6 months. So he does so many calculations on how to recover the money to no avail. So he wanted to go all in one, that is 100%. He wanted to go all in one. So he picked up a lot size with a stop loss, and when you join them together, you see that it's equivalent to the entire account, to entire 10k. So he wanted to risk the whole 10k, so that if he wins, he will recover 10k, so automatically he will break even, right? So he risked 10k to make 10k, right? So that if he wins, he will make 10k and his account will come back to normal. But if he loses, he has blown the account. But for the fact that he was too scared, the market is so uncertain, it's so unpredictable, he was scared. Whenever he tries to place the lot size, he will become scared, and to his greatest surprise, the market will go in his direction. Whenever he wants to place the trade, he will become scared. There was so much fear, he couldn't do anything. This was what the guy told me. He couldn't do anything. So he was so depressed. He doesn't know what to do, right? He doesn't know what to do. He was so confused, right? To the extent that he even tried to end his life, according to him, right? He wanted to end his life, but his mind couldn't allow him to do that. So not until this guy came through my YouTube channel, saw my videos, and decided to send me message on email. So I chatted with the guy on email, and then we had to meet one-on-one, and he told me his problem and the problem that he's facing. So I told him that he's very lucky that it was fear that saved him. In my previous video, I mentioned that fear kills traders faster, but this guy, it was fear that saved him, because if he wasn't scared, if he's placed that 50%, he would have lost the account, and that would be the end of the road for him, right? Because you know the forex market is unpredictable, right? So it's just emotion. I told him you are so lucky, because had it been you had the mind to put that 100%, honestly speaking, you will lose it, and that will be the end of the road for you. But thank God your mind couldn't allow you to do it. You were so scared. That is what helped you. So your fear helped you this time around. So what I did is that I said, okay, fine, since you still have 10k in your trading account, you have already lost 10k and you still have 10k, what we're going to do is this: we're going to use a simple money management strategy, but this time around we're going to trade based on 10k. We just assume that your trading account is 10k, so we're going to pick out 2% from the 10k and trade. So 2% of 10k is equivalent to 100, or let's say 100, 200, 2% is equivalent to $200. Yes, $200. So say we are going to be risking $200 per trade. So we risk $200 to make $400. So 1 to 2 risk reward. And sometimes, depending on how the market goes, the market can go in our direction. So I had to use my personal trading strategy with the guy for us to be able to recover his account back. So we trade based on the moving average crossover, and just the way I trade, placed 2 trades, and the first trade has a specific take profit of 40 pips, while the second trade I had to hold, right? So the stop loss was always 20 pips. So I told the guy, this is how we are going to trade, right? This is how we're going to trade. So this guy was with me for the past 2 months. So for the past 2 months, this guy was with me. So we were doing it gradually. So luckily for him, that period there were so many trends. So we were trading gold. Started to assist the guy in trading gold. So luckily for him, there were so many trends, and the fact that we normally hold on to one trade, so one particular trade was giving us so many profit, especially when the market is trending, because we trade based on crossover. So whenever there's a crossover, we place a trade. So we only close the trade when there's another crossover. So few weeks ago, or so let's say few days ago, there were so many trends in the market. So the market was consistently trending, going up, going down, going up, going down. So this is how I was able to recover the 10k for this guy in the space of 2 months. So after recovering the 10k, this guy had a sign of relief. So I told him, now you're going to use this trading strategy that we have been using to trade. Any other issue, don't hesitate to chat me or call me, and I will give you some advice. So I personally taught him this strategy on how to implement it. Using this time around, I told him to use 1% instead of 2%. So he started working on that, and to my greatest surprise, this guy is now down to $7 profit, $7,000 profit, right? So it's now $7,000 in profit. So just remaining $13,000 for him to pass the first challenge before going for the verification. So this was the way this guy was able to to protect, or should I say to secure this account, because if this guy didn't meet me or was unable to chat me, he would have traded based on emotion, and just by going 100% he would have blown that account, and that would have been the end of the road for him, because I think there's no way he could have been able to get that money, because to get 1.3 million in Nigeria, or even to see someone that will borrow you 1.3 million in Nigeria is very difficult, right? So luckily for him, he was able to recover his losses. So what I'm trying to say right now is that you might have the best trading strategy, but if you don't know how to control your emotion, your psychology, you are going to mess up. So my advice is for you guys is never neglect money management and trading psychology. These two goes together. Never neglect them. Don't ever underrate money management and psychology. Make sure your emotion is always on check and trade as a disciplined trader. Trade based on your trading plan, trade based on your strategy, and make sure that you always respect your money management rules. So ladies and gentlemen, that is all I have for you in today's video. I hope you love this video. If you do, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more educative content like this, and also don't forget to turn on the notification icon to be the first to be notified whenever I publish new content. I will see you again in my next update. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.